So, hello, dear friends, and today we welcome you to join our community workshop, which is related to very important topic: duplicated bugs. I really hope that during this workshop you will find a lot of useful examples and to make it a bit interactive, I would like all of you to join our Mentee, where you may communicate a bit with our team and answer the questions during practical task. So to join Mentee, you may scan this QR code or just proceed to Mentee.com and enter the code that you see on the screen right now. And also this code will now appear in live chat. I will give you a few moments to proceed to Minty, and we will start our workshop. And I'll do the same right now. So I really hope that you're able to join us, and let's start. The first question for today, you may see it in Minty. We wonder, how do you feel today? Are you happy, or maybe sad, or maybe everything is fine? So could you please answer a bit some questions that we have? Would be great to have your answers. So fine, enthusiastic, super. Somebody smiles. Yeah, reacts with cool, okay. Happy. Wow. Seems that mood is very well in our community, yeah? Even happy and fine. Cool, guys. Yes, thank you very much, Arthur. We are also
Good to
fine,
see
I
you.
guess, here, yeah. Okay, let's proceed to the next question. And the next question, how often do you get rejection due to duplicate reason? What about you guys? Often, maybe sometimes, maybe you never got such rejections, or even you don't know what does it mean duplicate. Wow. Let's wait a bit for other answers. For those who just
Absolutely.
join us, please look in our chat. There you may find the link to Mentimeter, menti.com, and the code you can answer to communicate with us using this tool. So I'm really happy that nobody selected set, but often. So seems that at least everybody know about
There's some
duplicated
hope.
bugs. Yeah,
Yeah.
at least some hope. Yeah, Charlie. Okay, let's go further then. And yes, today we are going to talk with you about this interesting topic, duplicated bug. And this is this is the agenda of our event. First of all, Bruna will talk about what does it mean duplicates and present some theoretical topics. Hello, Bruna. Nice to meet you here.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi. And then Nicola will show practical examples, and we will have interactive session where you can choose if it is duplicated bugs or not and discuss it during this live session. Hi, Nicola, by the way.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. And at the end of this session, of this event, you will have possibility to ask anything you want related to this topic, and Charlie will be ready and glad to answer all your questions, as well as questions that we received in our form shared in the invitation to this event. So yeah, hello Charlie,
Hello, good
once
evening.
again. Okay, so I'm passing the ball to Bruna. Please, let's go.
Yeah, everyone, my name is Bruno. For those who don't know me, I'm from Brazil. I'm an onboarding manager for now and Greenhorn's team leader. And today I'm going to talk about duplicates. I'm going to tell you what are duplicates. The duplicates, it's like when you report a bug and it has been reported before, and this workshop is for you to not do that again. Okay, so duplicates, the rejection reason is that it contains the same root cause as the another bug that was submitted before your bug report. The original one has the same content basically, so it's like the shop button doesn't work, and then you go there and then you just say like button for shop doesn't work, then it's just like a duplicate. So let's go to the next, because there are some ways we can identify the duplicates. This is the team leader feedback. When you send a duplicate that explains that it was already sent, reported before, and then the team leader provides the ID for the original report for you to check on it and then not make the same mistake again. So there are ways we can identify those. Next one, please, Irina. The ways we can identify is like there's these three. Same test cycle is when you're in a active test cycle, and then you can search in that one if someone has already reported the bug you found. So next. Then on your dashboard, on the overview of the page, you can see the bugs list there. Yes, you can see that there is 84. Then you click on that, and it will open this page, and you have this search button where you can enter a keyword like the example I did before. I with the shop button, you can write shop button there, and if there is a bug reported with this subject, it will appear on this page, and then you can avoid submitting a duplicate. Next way we can identify is with the known bugs list, which is just on the side of the bugs page tab. We have the known bugs list. This is really important. The known bugs list is a list that the customer has already reviewed and they know about these bugs. And it's really important to check on it before you report, because some test cycles, some customers, some clients have this known bug list, like 100 known bugs list, known bugs. So you have to check if there is a similar to the one you're going to report. So in the known bugs list tab, you have the search button too, and you can enter a keyword like shop button, like I already said, and it will appear like on this page. And another way you can check if there is a similar, if it would be a duplicate, it's with the similar issues feature, where you can start writing your report When you go to submit a bug, then you can search, you can type like the title gift like it is on this image, and then on the side there will be the similar bugs tab, where you can see if there is a report that was sent before that has the same content as you want to report to. Also, below the page, there is the button check for similar, where you can see if there is a bug report that looks like yours, just by typing like it was in the first title there. Okay, next one. Oh, it's there.
So thank you very much, Bruna, for this introduction. I hope that you reminded all of us what does it mean duplicate and how to find them in the system on or on the dashboard. And now it's time to practice a bit. And I would like to remind you about Mentimeter. So please go to menti.com, enter their code that you see in the chat, and you will have possibility to interact with us during this practical part of the workshop. Yeah, practice time. And
Yeah.
I'm passing the word to you. Yeah.
Yeah, we can move to the first question. Great. So, guys, here are the two cases. Please take a close look to the steps and the URL and to the summary. Like you can see in case one, we have imagine a bug. You are going to test our website, scrolling down to the footer and clicking on the Tester Academy link, which is broken. In case two, you are going to become a tester page and you'll find also the tester link. And after clicking on it, it's also broken. The Tester Academy link is located on two different pages, but keep in mind that the affected link is the same. So what do you think? Is this a duplicated bug or not? Okay, let's wait a bit more. And the correct answer is yes, this is a duplicated bug. Keep in mind that although the link is located on two different pages, the affected link is the same. So that's a root cause, and only one bug is enough to be reported and to be fixed. There is no need to report each case because it's caused by the same thing. So yes, this is a duplicated bug. Let's move now to the second question. As you can see, you are going to some website, you are performing the search, and in one case you apply the price low to high, and in second case you apply the price high to low. So in both cases, you get a random order of the results to say, and in both cases, the sorting functionality does not work. But is this a duplicated bug or not? What do you think? Okay, so, and in this case, this bug is duplicated because, as you can see, in both cases, the sorting functionality by price is broken. So there is no need to report. If you report low to high, there is no need to report and high to low, because the underlying issue is generally the same. So there is no need to report two separate bugs about the same thing. So one bug is and here enough, and only one bug should be reported, and this is a duplicated bug. Okay, we can move on. Now you can imagine that you're in some streaming app, and in one case you open the movie, you search for the movie and open the first asset. And in second case, you went to the movie tab to say, and you open the first asset. So the both assets are different to say. One is opened from the search tab, one is open from the movie tab. But in both cases, the app crashed, and although the assets were different. So we can assume that bug is happening on the tile page, but different assets. So what do you think? Is it a duplicated or not?
Different point of views in
Yes.
this case.
Yes, different point of views, but the correct answer is yes, and this is duplicated. Why is duplicated? It does not matter which asset you open. If you are opening, for example, the movie 1 and movie 2, two different movies, uh, and the app crashed, or for example, the app crashed on the all movies, and in the crash log, you find that it's caused by the same thing. Of course, in these cases, when there is an app crash, no matter on which part of the application the crash occurs, please check if there is an already known bug or already reported bug. Please always check the crash log and try to find the cause of it. Usually for Android, you can see beginning of the crash and then fatal exception triggered by which thread and so on. On iOS, you can see also the breakpoints and so on. So yeah, try to analyze the crash logs, and if it's caused by the same thing, then it will be a duplicated. Here, as we have mentioned in the summary, crash log showed the same reason. So because of that, the bug will be duplicated. Okay, let's move to the question number 4. So imagine you are on some website, you perform the search, and in one case you apply color filter by black, and in other case you apply color filter by red. So in both cases you get some unrelated products, but you applied in one case red, and in one case you applied black. So what do you think? Is it a duplicated or not? Okay, you or almost all get it right. Yes, this is a duplicated bug. Like we say then for price, generally it's the same case. There is no need, for example, if you have broken color filter, color filters are usually related to taggings of the products on the back end and so on. So there's no need to report each case, of course, if it's not is specified in test instructions to report such cases as separate bugs. In regular tests, the only one bug is enough. So if there is an already reported bug regarding the unrelated product for the black color filter, there is no need to report any others because it will be duplicated. We can move to the last one. And okay, guys, here is the last one. So you are on some website, you go to the some product detail page, and you click to open the manual PDF. And in both cases, you experience the 404 link. For example, the link is broken, and the link is different itself. It's the link is not the same, it's a different, but both links on the different detail pages lead to a broken page. So what do you think? Is this duplicated or not?
Also,
Any
yeah, tricky question. Yeah.
any more opinions maybe?
Mhm.
No. So, okay, let's reveal the answer. And the answer is yes, and this is duplicated. Why it's duplicated? If you take a look at our content bugs, in this case, Academy article, you will notice that repetitive problems should be reported only once. Never mind if the page is itself different URL or something like that. So in this case, but the PDF is for the product manual is broken, so there is you should report only one bug, of course, if it's not specified otherwise. And in general you should mention and every other occurrence, for example in the actual results or comment and so on, but just one bug is enough. So I will remind you, and for visual and for content bugs, also to check it again in the academy and to see the repetitive problems part, where we explain actually these cases. And that will be all from my side.
Thank you very much. Very interesting examples. I thought that maybe at least one example wouldn't be a duplicate, but yeah, they all are duplicated bugs. So we should not
Yeah,
forget about this. Yeah. Thank you,
yeah.
Nicole, and welcome, Charlie.
Thank you. I was thinking team leading is really hard because of these scenarios, and as I always say, bugs are context related, so it's not just one straight answer. No. So thank you everyone for joining us, for tuning in. I'm seeing some questions already. But we got some in the surveys you probably answer as well. So let's start with the first one. Mm, so let's read it. I understand we must check if a bug is already submitted, but I sometimes get confused. For example, a user submitted a bug about accepting invalid email while I reported about acceptance of invalid personal information. Although similar, does the check cover all fields or just the specific issue mentioned? Do other fields remain unchecked? These similar bugs confuse me. Thank you in advance. Yes, this is always the case. I faced this, the first time I faced this was really confusing for me to understand why two different fields in the same form are considered the same. Well, this is because you have to consider how modern software development, and now we is usually modular. So and modular and reusable components. So think of they create a module and they put it somewhere in the environment, and in this module, let's say, is user management to this example of the form. So user management associated with the account, because you see the question is related to email and some other personal information. So this is related to the user specifically. So let's think is the account feature. So in these cases, the module could be user management, and everything will be there together. So if something is happening with an input validation in one field, it will be for sure touching, affecting other fields where this is used. Now, let's think smaller, and for smaller is just let's say uh, email validation, and we are talking referring to newsletter, for instance. Then we have another level, which is reusable components, and this means that there's a piece of code that is built and that was written for instance, validate the email that users is entering, and is this same little component is used in different places, different environments, is exactly the same. So it could be also that the way it was implemented to validate the email can be also used to validate other type of form or the type of field in the same environment because of the way it was implemented. So nowadays we just not build every piece, and it's not a piece of code. Usually it's just codes that are connected depending on the environment. So think of this is why if the same form has one problem in one field and is not accepting and is triggering a validation, where when you are after you enter something that is meant to be to that field. This is very important because remember, we are exploratory testers, and we test closer to you, to end users, closer to real users. So if the field is asking me for a phone number, I should use numbers. Why I'm using letters, for instance, special characters. I mean, that's edge testing, which is okay. But if we go exactly to what the form is asking, and if we find bugs that are more valuable for the customer, so the the more valuable they are for customer, the most likely they will be forwarded for by team data. So think of that. Think of this when you get a rejection reason for duplicate cases, or you see two similar fields, to similar images, to similar pages. Think is because the components are shared, but these elements, these pages, these thing. Remember, you can just look it up after the workshop. Modular software development and reusable components. Those are really key to for identifying duplicate cases, and you won't have this problem that we are seeing in the question, the first question, that for sure. I faced that so many times because, and probably most of you, I'm not from IT, so my experience was built on every test by test. Okay, let's go with the next one, please. Irina. Most of my bug reproductions and user stories are not usually paid out, and I will be informed that they were approved. Was that because it's a duplicate bug? Well, this is this is not related to duplicate bugs, but it might be also confusing for others, and is um, every every remember that there are some criteria to approve to get reproductions uh, paid, and is if the bug was accepted by the team leader, then you will get that the payout for the reproduction. If it was rejected, you won't get that the payout. So probably that's the case, because if you are reproducing rejected bugs, that's also the case. It's not if the original bug was duplicated, it will be rejected, and so it's better to start analyzing. Now that you know this about duplicate bugs, now you can understand when you are reproducing bugs, you can select those that you can already start to identify, oh, this one will be rejected because it's similar to the first one, or so let's reproduce the first one. Why I'm reproducing everything on, that's it's better to start analyzing what is happening on a test and what is worth reproducing. So this is why this question probably is about, is how is identifying duplicate bugs in advance to avoid reproducing unpayable reports. Next, please. Will the tester or dev team implement an algorithm or a system that identifies similar bugs in the non-bugs list, not just based on keywords? Oh, this has been first, this is for our town hall in December. Please pin it out somewhere. And this is a nice question for our product town hall in December. But which is also a nice suggestion. But you know, there's been this the algorithm is being algorithm as are always improved by feedback, so it will always keep improving. Whether there are more things to come related to this, well, let's get the news from the development team, the product team in the town hall in December. Okay, let's go with the next one, please. There are many cases where I report a bug and it gets rejected as a duplicate just because the tester described it in a really weird or different way. Oh, yes, that's probably, yeah, I also face that. I can think of two scenarios here. First is probably when you were finding some duplicate bugs, you used the correct word, but the original repo was using a different word, so you didn't see it. That's one case. And for that, it's always best to have a strategy to identify duplicate bugs in a test. What could it be, this alternative to just searching? Well, filtering by feature. That would be also not, we had you with just not providing only related to bug reports submitted related to the term, but also by the feature you are testing. So with that in mind, you will have a big picture of what is happening and avoid these bugs. That I believe that's what is about this question. The other could be that, if I'm not mistaken in interpreting this, is that the report got rejected because it was weirdly worded. Like the wording was not ideal, basically. But that's definitely a situation that should be handled in every test with comments to team leader on the bug report to state your case and describe exactly what you meant, and try to get common ground on what is on you tried to say and it was not said, so you can fix it, obviously. But for that, I believe that the insight from this is, when you are looking for duplicate bugs on the non-bugs or the bug list, you have to also use the filtering. The filter, no, for feature is very useful, because you get a broader picture, wider picture of what is happening with a feature, the feature you are testing, and hopefully you have identified the feature correctly. Next one, please, Irina. How should the wording in a bug report be confused on describing a functional bug so that it is not confused about its root cause, such as content or visual bug? Gotcha. Well, well, probably the problem here could be definitely the description of something that is very common and seen in quite a lot, and is describing users' actions instead of the problem. And remember that the title, the report title, should summarize a problem, one problem, not what users' actions were. So this is why probably, most likely, is why some bug reports are confused with in type, and that's most likely the case. One of You can check it out on our Teseo Open My podcast episode. There is one that is related to this topic, and one of the reasons of rejection is the wording of bug reports. Be precise, be avoiding using words like incorrect, wrong. Those are very subjective descriptions of something we are seeing, and if it's something we are seeing, we should be as objective as possible. And if we are going for titles, not the entire bug report, let's just focus on titles. If we describe what the users are doing, we are not describing the problem. Hence, we are not giving the information of what is affected, what was compromised, the problem. So if we describe that, we will tell exactly the root cause, if it's content, visual, or functional bug, to the customer and to the team leader, to any reader. If we describe exactly what the problem is, not what the users uh, actions were, then we won't have this kind of mismatching type of bug. Next one, please. Probably last one. Yes. So we have some questions on the side. I like this part.
Yep, exactly. Let me show these questions
Oh,
from the
yes,
chat. Mm-hmm.
it's a lot. Hi, above
Yeah.
was submitted in the past 2 years ago, and it was. Mhm. Well, hey Maribel, if it was, if you can see it on the non box, yes, you should not submit this bug because it's exactly there. If a bug report is still on the non box list and it's been there for called for 3 years or whatever the time it was is, that means the customer knows that this is still happening. They want to address it for some reason, or I don't know why it says supposedly fixed by the customer. If it's still there in non-box, uh, please don't submit it because it would be considered a duplicate bug. Maribel. As for okay. We'll try typing with Facebook a user experience two different things. Okay. One, the page loads and user redirected back to the login page. He couldn't log in. Okay. Unless a Facebook can. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. There is more about. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I'm sensing. Oh, yes. Okay. This is definitely a duplicate case, a duplicated bug, because as I mentioned before, this is the login feature, and no matter which third party we are using, the module, um, in this case could be a module where it's being used. So it's exactly the same. If a problem is happening with one third party, it's happening with another third party, and this is really cool to question because it also prompts me to talk about something different, and is what are the possible levels of root causes of problems. And there are many of them, but mostly are presentation levels like the UI or client-side validations, for instance, application like the one like this error you are mentioning. We have application levels related to server data levels, infrastructure levels, which is probably what is happening in this case, or even integration levels, which is exactly with third parties. So we have different levels. Of course, there are also other levels like security levels, and when we are team leading, we need to also analyze these levels. And if we identify for problem in one level, we and we get different versions of the problem in the same level, we will consider a duplicate bug. So yes, this is a duplicate, indeed, duplicated bug, and this is because of this module idea is just don't think of like in when analyzing a problem, we shouldn't see the details. Is this Facebook or Gmail? No, inside the app, what is the function of these two different third-party social login? So is to what is the purpose? Is to log in. So if the one is having a problem and the other is having a problem, it's probably linked. And if they are not linked, by forwarding one of these problems to the customer, they have to go to that module and have to test it thoroughly, because moving something in one module can destroy the entire thing. So it's better to go. The customer will get the first forwarded bug was I don't know, probably Facebook login, and then they're going from there to review the entire module and how this login with third parties is working. They won't just go and I don't know, look up for Facebook and then, oh, the problem is this line of code. No, they have to go and test the entire component um, module in this case, most likely. So please don't submit that bug, it's wrong. Okay, so
Yeah, one more question. Yes.
in Spanish, okay. It's in English for tester bug, tester B bug. Okay, tester B. Hmm. Hmm. Customer fixed tester A bug, but tester B bug is still happening. Like how you know it was fixed? That's a little confusing. I mean to know, but they were, yes, they were similar bugs because we mentioned this in the previous workshop, and it was when we test different languages, we refer this is content related. So if we have a problem with one content like this language content, if we forward this to the customer will know that this is happening, and by fixing one, most likely will fix others. If not, they will have to go through all the localization or the version in Spanish or English to fix it. So yes, it's duplicate, it's bug, similar bug. And remember that in content bugs article in our academy, it says that it doesn't matter the page or where it is located as far as the root cause is the same. Only one content bug for a problem should be submitted. This is content bug because it's switching languages in between languages. So and and also it's the same language. Would it be different if it's, I don't know, English French? Yes, it would be, because the root cause is the same, is the versioning of the app. Is the content when it changes switches from to a different language for some reason is not changing or is showing different. Could be that it was not translated, for instance, this part. So whatever the reason is, the root cause is content bug related to language, and it doesn't matter the language is affected. So it is a similar bug.
Thank you
Oh,
very
that was the
much,
last one.
Charlie. Yeah,
Mm,
that was the last one. And seems
okay.
that we are done with questions. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Thank you
And
for the questions, team.
yeah, really interesting questions from the chat, I
Mm.
can say, and a bit confusing,
Very early,
hard
yeah.
questions. Yeah,
Yes,
thank
you know, this remember that sometimes it's usually we, you know, like as a tester, we go to the test icon and ask, is this a bug? And then we describe it to the team leader trying to find out what. But we cannot know. We have to see it. So it's
you.
better if you just submit the bug and see what happens because it's really hard to just guess. We are guessing. We have to go and analyze the entire environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, thank you. And we have one more slide for you guys.
Mm.
So please share your feedback about this workshop. How do you like it? Maybe we should improve something. Maybe you have a proposal, some proposal of which topics we can take in future workshop or share in future workshop. Would be great to receive this feedback from you. So please just submit. Well, sim it was cool. I really hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, and if you have something to share with us about how we can improve such workshops, please feel free to reach all us in Discord, for example, and we will be happy to listen to your opinion and to do everything we can to improve and make such workshops even better. Yeah, I see that now we are sharing links to appropriate articles in academia. Guess very useful links. So please check them. They will still be in chat. And yeah, guys, we can stop this recording, this workshop. Thank you very much for all speakers, for participants, and see you during our next events. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
One.
Cheers.